Good morning, everybody. I got a lot of work to do today, actually the next few days, so I probably won't be able to video all of it, but basically I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Maybe I'll show you steps along the way. First we got to put one new shock in the Jeep, one new rear shock. I already put one on this side, but this one's not accessible unless you get this gas tank out of the way. Then I can get up at it because the bolts are rusted pretty bad, so it's going to take me a bit to do. I've run the tank almost empty, so that'll make it a lot easier. And this is going to be kind of a 2-for-1 because the original tank straps have rusted out and I had to put in some emergency house wire that I had available because I come out to go to work one day and I saw the tank hanging down really low. So I shoved it up, put some house wire in really quick, went to work, and actually it's been like that for about 3 or 4 months now. But it's time to put some new gas straps on the tank and get those replaced. Get it all back together, and then hopefully we'll be good to go. Again, just another step on trying to get this thing a sticker for just one more year. So I got to get at it. Just, you know, some of the things you got to do is take the filler thing off and unscrew that, and once I start dropping the tank down using a jack, I will disconnect the connections on top of it, and we'll just move forward. So I'll kind of just show you little bits along the way. Alright, so one of the first things you want to do is take your gas cover off. If it's the stock one underneath there should be 4 screws. Once you pull those screws off, it loosens your filler tube up so it's separate. So that will go down with the tank. And just as a side note, as soon as that filler hose is down and away from anything, get your cover back on as soon as you can, just to help keep getting debris or anything else like that inside the tank. So I don't think I'm going to need a lot of support, but I do have the jack in place, so the tank has something to rest on as I am disconnecting these broken and temporary straps holding it in place. I don't want the tank just to fall out and break any wires or anything like that, so we'll use this to slowly bring it down, but it should not be very heavy. There's probably only a couple of gallons in it. Alright, so I've disconnected the straps from this side really quick. Here's one of the broken ones. I got the wires disconnected. As far as the hanging wires, I do got to disconnect this power wire to the gauges, and then those hoses up there we'll have to mess with. Then we'll be able to drop this tank out. Okay, so what I've done is I got the straps that were all shot the heck off, and my temporary wire ones are all off. The filler hose is disconnected. We've lowered the tank a little bit. I've also reached in here and disconnected the fill return line, as well as the power for your gas gauge. So what we're going to do now is just slowly lower the tank. The only thing to be careful of when you're lowering it is just guide the filler tube out as it's coming down. But as I said, there's hardly any fuel in this, so it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so that was pretty quick. Really only took like 2 minutes. I did have my brother help me. If you're interested in any of his videos, check him out. Finding Mark in Maine on YouTube. Thanks for the help, Mark. So basically I had him kind of lowering the jack slowly, and as it was dropping, I was also having him pull the jack back so the tank was coming down and sliding out. So we have it out now. Everything's disconnected as I said. So basically what we're going to be doing from here forward is doing a shock replacement, which you can see that one's fairly new. I did that a year or so ago, and now we can access this one up here and we can change this one out. Once that's done, we will construct new straps for the fuel tank and hopefully get it back in and put this thing back together. Alright, so you can see I'm sitting up underneath the Jeep here, and I got the shock out here, so this is out of the way. Did have a little bit of trouble, which is normal. These things have been on here for a while. They're rusted. So I ended up having to use a Sawzall, and I cut this bolt up the side of the head and then broke it off. And then I was able to loosen up the shock itself and slide it out, because it's just a fork like this. I'll slide it out from the other bolt. Now I can really get a hold of that bolt and get it out. And then I just got to get this broken bolt out. And then we can start putting the new shock back in. Alright, so I got the shock in place. Probably won't be able to see up top there, but it's all bolted in up there, so that's good. And what I'm doing now is just using this roll of steel here, and I'm slowly fabricating new gas tank straps. This is probably not, actually I know it's not as thick as the original, but it's thicker than what I had on there. All I had on before when it went bad was this stuff with the holes on it. And again, this will be the last time I do this repair, because after this I probably won't put the Jeep on the road another year. So I'm just slowly fabricating this, drilling holes, bending it over. It just comes in a roll like that, and just get the right length, and we'll be able to put it back together. So far that's where we are at, but we are slowly making progress. Alright, so I'm actually in the process of putting the gas tank back in, and so I jacked it all the way up with this block of wood, and I reached the maximum capacity of the jack. It's not quite in all the way, so all I did was tossed a couple jack stands in here supporting the tank, dropping the jack back down. I'll put another block of wood in there, and then I should be able to get it up in place. While you're doing this, you have to make sure you carefully feed the filler tube up back into where it belongs, in behind there. And of course, the other stuff you need to make sure lines up is the fuel line going to the engine, as well as the return, and of course the wire there we're going to plug back in that, you know, sends the information to the tank as far as fuel gauge and your fuel pump and all that good stuff. So as you're going up, you have to make sure that all that stuff is accessible, the one from the tank and that one. So when you get up close, you'll still be able to reach up in there and make those connections. Once again, you can see the new shock is in position, and also the gas tank is in here now, and new straps on. So you can see those are hooked. There's one right there, and I don't know if you can see the other one up there or not, but it's right there. So I got 3 new straps holding the gas tank up, and I put rubber underneath so it wouldn't be rubbing on the tank. And then of course I made the connections back. There's the power for the pump and the gauge, and then there's the 2 lines, one the fuel line and then the return line, and that's all hooked back up. The last thing I have to hook up is the filler neck, and as you're putting the tank up in, you just got to make sure that goes into position correctly, and that'll bolt right up as well. And that's really about it as far as that repair. One last thing I'm going to do while I'm underneath the Jeep here is I have a broken muffler hanger right here. You can see it broken off right there, and I'm going to put a new one on in its place. So I think if you watched the video a year or so ago, I put that one on, it broke, and I did a repair to it maybe a week ago. So this is the final repair here to the Jeep, and hopefully after this we'll be able to get a sticker on it. It should be the last thing. I did do some quick repair. There's rubber plugs in the seat, in the floor here. Those rubber plugs had popped out and were rusted, and I just liquid nailed them back in. The floor itself is still solid, just the rubber plug had popped out. So I put those back in using that. So that's all sealed up, so you get no fumes up into the cab. Hopefully nothing else major, and we'll be able to get a sticker on this thing for 1 more year. Alright, so we got everything all put together underneath. Just putting the last screw inside here. That holds your filler tube in place. You got 4 screws that are underneath the cap. You do not have to take off the outside shroud. That can stay in place. And then it's just a matter of putting the cap back on, if you have the original equipment, and you're all done. Anyway, thanks for swinging by Shane's main shop. If you liked the video, please click like. If you're interested in more, come back. I don't post as often as I used to because we're working on a bus. You can also check out that channel. It's lifethewildride.com. You can see all the goings on of converting an old school bus into a schoolie or a tiny house on wheels. Anyway, this is just a quick how-to video of some simple repairs to try to get a sticker for 1 more year on this thing without spending a ton of money. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.